Greetings, dear friends, and welcome once again from the most magnificent island in the world, Cyprus, PeRuPlays. Indeed, I am Peru, and today, my friends, we are discussing something you absolutely cannot miss: Euro Truck Simulator 2. Yes, this is truly just a brief informational video to provide you with the initial news. There is quite a lot happening with Euro Truck Simulator, and a downloadable content that is forthcoming is presently on everyone's minds. You can observe it in the background. With this particular image, SCS had already made several subtle announcements and hints, and now there was this trailer. Yes, finally, I must say, in my personal opinion, the buses are finally coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2, and honestly, friends, why not? The captains of the highway not only transport various goods from point A to point B, but they also drive tour buses across the vast expanse of Europe throughout the entirety of Europe. I believe they belong there as well, and consequently, it is now available in the Steam store. You can already add it to your wish list now, as you can see, and I hope many of you do, so the guys at SCS know you're excited about it too. So, what information do we already possess regarding the entire matter? I've promptly translated the text here for your convenience, so you won't need to handle it on your own. Exchange freight for travelers in an entirely fresh ETS adventure. Assume command not of a truck, but rather of a passenger bus. The coach's DLC introduces a novel dimension to the ETS experience by incorporating scheduled passenger transportation services across Europe. It's quite important here that you're not just wandering around aimlessly, but actually following vehicle schedules. Explore the continent from a new perspective. From the narrow streets of the city to the picturesque and scenic highways, your driving skills will be thoroughly tested as you manage numerous stops, adhere strictly to the schedule, and ensure a smooth and comfortable ride for all passengers. So, what additional features do we have available here? In this newly released DLC, you have the opportunity to get behind the wheel of iconic and fully licensed bus models. Now it becomes truly exciting with the Scania Touring, the Volvo 9700 double-decker, and the Manlines coach. You can already observe the candidates in the thumbnail image. They journey from expansive central bus terminals in bustling metropolitan areas to secluded stops off the beaten path. Here, of course, is the note. Please be aware that everything you see here is still a work in progress. Support us by adding this DLC to your Steam wish list. I did that diligently too. So friends, there's not much to show yet. At least there are a few pictures that I will let run in the background, so the text doesn't reveal too much yet, but it does give away a few things. As previously mentioned, we are going to have schedules. I am uncertain if we will be able to effectively manage them. Only time will tell, which is naturally a positive aspect. Another topic besides the buses, I believe this will be the starter pack. These three buses, as mentioned earlier, the Scania Touring, the Volvo 9700DD, and the MAN Lions coach. I believe there will be additional developments in the future. It is also quite intriguing to observe the mention of central bus stations, which implies that with the release of the DLC, there will probably be updates to the map to incorporate large central bus stations into the respective maps that you can and must navigate to. I find that quite interesting. There are naturally one or two aspects that I've been contemplating in the background. What can we anticipate and what is probably not going to occur? I believe that it is quite probable we will not have ticket sales. I think it is not absolutely necessary for long distance buses, particularly even more so in urban city traffic. Yes, but not everyone is a fan of it. I know I'm not a big fan of always having to sell tickets either, but as I said, that wouldn't be the most important thing for me right now. What would be particularly intriguing, as nothing has been mentioned regarding that aspect yet, is there any unique behavior exhibited by the NPC passengers, for instance? Additionally, a completely unrelated question just occurred to me, which doesn't even pertain to SCS, but rather to the third-party software providers such as logistics software like Spadvi and Truckee, which I personally utilize, for example. And there are many more like Truckbook, many alternatives. You all know them yourselves. I don't need to list them all. I sincerely hope that the third-party software providers engage without delay, as it would be quite fascinating if we could incorporate the economic dimension right from the outset and generate revenue with our freight company within the passenger service sector as well. If this could potentially evolve into a business sector within your own freight company, similar to Truckee, SPADV, and Comet KG, it is advisable to engage right from the beginning so that we can incorporate it as swiftly as possible. It is also quite thrilling to observe if and how swiftly this will be incorporated into Truckers MP. My sincere hope is, and we can all be optimistic, that the penalty will assist in rejuvenating Truckers MP somewhat. In the past, it was noticeably more crowded, and I am being completely honest here. Therefore, I sincerely hope that with the upcoming release of the Bus DLC, a significantly larger number of trucks will return to the roads in the online game once again. I don't think they will be a bother. They do their own thing, and the truck drivers do theirs. There are also individuals who oppose the entire concept, I wouldn't say, but those who regard it somewhat skeptically. You've read in various places that they're diverting people once more. That should preferably be utilized for the ongoing projects such as Island and others. That is absolutely complete nonsense, because the Coaches DLC is being developed by an entirely new group, a fresh and dedicated team that is exclusively focused on the bus project. They aren't taken from elsewhere, they're here just for this bus project and only working on it. So nothing's taken from anyone and nothing's diverted from other projects. That does not really count. We do not even need to begin with that. As I mentioned, there are several questions still up in the air. The photographs already appear quite good. Naturally, you might wonder technically, aside from usual driving functions, if you'll be able to open and close the doors, or if you'll need to do so to proceed with departure. So, let passengers in, then close and depart. We don't know all of that yet, but folks, I'm staying on top of it for you. As soon as there's something new, I'll definitely let you know. Now, it's your opportunity, because I would genuinely like to understand what your thoughts are regarding the forthcoming DLC coaches. Please feel free to express them in the comments section. I'm really looking forward to your comments, and as I said, as soon as I know something new, I'll let you know. Definitely. One thing is already clear: if this thing becomes a success, then some bus simulators might have to pack it in. I apologize, but that's simply the way it is. In this regard, that's everything for this subject at the moment. I hope you had some enjoyment and were able to gather some information. If you enjoyed it, feel free to show some love. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, see you next time, and thank you for watching.